I've been in this industry for 30 years, and joined it at a time where you could take on a very large database deployment project that could be measured in years, and that it could take many more years for payback to be realized, right? So for that project to deliver value. What we're seeing now, specifically with cloud enablement, is that people expect that a data platform should start delivering value on day one. We should be able to measure value and see that value in the first couple of days. So that, I think, is really important. I think that that tolerance for long-running projects is disappearing, and I think people like to see a more sprint type delivery, where we'll say, we're enabling this capability this month, next month we're going to add on that capability, and so on. But every step along the way, you should be able to see the value that's being delivered by the platform. So that's something that we think that the data architecture should support, that showing value almost straight away. We also see now that since we're talking about cloud and elasticity, that most people now are right-sizing systems, right? So when you spin up your data platform, you want it to be of a size that's going to meet your business needs today. And maybe you predict that your data growth over the next 3 years is going to be a consistent 20%. And maybe you get that number completely wrong. You want that environment to be able to correct some of those assumptions that you've made, right? And to be able to accommodate that greater growth than you perhaps had anticipated. So you want to be able to grow the environment to meet your business needs, and not to have to pay for something that's going to accommodate your peak workload. We at Actian are seeing a lot of customers of database appliance technologies, where companies had taken a bet on or made an investment in a data warehouse appliance, and what they had when they made that purchase, their anticipated data growth for a few years was proven to be too conservative. So those database appliances are filling at a rate that they hadn't anticipated. And so they're getting full. And when a database appliance is full, the typical solution that you'll get from the appliance vendor is that we can roll in another one to sit right next to it. Well, where they're coming to us is that they have tiered their data that's sitting in that appliance. They'll say, our corporate crown jewels are these set of applications. These particular, second set of applications are not as important to us. So what we'd like to do is to move that second tier of applications to a cloud technology, and that will free up some space on the appliance. So those database warehousing appliances are kind of typical of a system that you buy for peak. You have to make a calculation as to what your rate of consumption of the resources are going to be over time, and then you've got to pay for peak the entire time. But if you reach peak early, or if it looks like you're peaking early, you've got to be able to come up with a system whereby you can take some of the pressure off, and cloud technologies give you the ability to do that. And then again, they become truly elastic.